All right, moving right along. So now we've learned about what it means to be a bodhisattva. We've learned about what it means to awaken bodhicitta. Ahora hemos aprendido lo que significa ser un bodhisattva y lo que significa despertar el bodhicitta. Now we're going to learn a practice that we can do anytime, anywhere, as a form of service to other sentient beings. Ahora vamos a aprender una práctica que podemos hacer en cualquier momento, sea donde sea, para servir a los demás. And again, this is a practice that some of you have received already. Es una práctica que algunos de vosotros habéis recibido ya. But it doesn't matter. We can keep reviewing this forever. No importa, lo podemos repasar para siempre. Because what matters is that this practice penetrates deep within your stream of being. Lo que importa es que esa práctica penetra profundamente en la fuente de nuestro ser. Okay? So this practice is called Tonglen. La práctica se llama Tonglen. And it means giving and taking. Significa dar y tomar. It's a Tibetan word, it's a Sanskrit word. And generally, this is a practice that is introduced at an advanced stage of one's spiritual training. Tradicionalmente es una práctica que se introduce a un nivel avanzado de nuestro entrenamiento espiritual. And the reason for that is because we're going to start working with other beings suffering in a direct way. La razón es porque vamos a empezar a trabajar con el sufrimiento de los demás de forma directa. Now, before we launch into the technique, it's important for me to clarify the following. Antes de que empezamos con la técnica, voy a clarificar lo siguiente. This world is not solid in the way that it appears. Okay, I'm going to say this again. This world is not solid in the way that it appears. El mundo no es sólido de la manera en la cual aparece. And this is very good news. Eso es una buena noticia because it means that reality is a fluid situation. Significa que la realidad es una situación fluida. It means that reality is impermanent. Significa que la realidad es impermanente. And that means by definition that our suffering is not solid. Our suffering is impermanent. Our suffering is temporary. Eso significa, por consecuencia, que nuestro sufrimiento es impermanente, temporal y transitorio. Suffering is not a forever situation. Sufrimiento no es una situación eterna. That's the upside of emptiness. Of course, the downside of emptiness is death. Eso es la buena noticia, la vacuidad. La mala noticia es la muerte, por supuesto, ¿no? But remember, our suffering can be worked with. Nos acordamos que el sufrimiento puede ser trabajado. It can be freed and it can be transformed. Puede ser liberado y puede ser transformado. And every single one of you, without exception, you have this power within you. Cada uno de vosotros, de nosotros, sin excepción, tenemos ese poder dentro de nosotros. And the problem is not our capacity. The problem is that we have not learned how to do it. El problema no es nuestra capacidad. El problema es que no hemos aprendido cómo hacerlo. So as you go deeper in your spiritual path, cuando vais más profundos en el camino espiritual, you're going to start having direct experiences of the fluid nature of reality, of the empty nature of reality. Cuando vais más profundos en la práctica meditativa, vais a tener experiencias directas de la vacuidad. And emptiness here, it does not mean that there is an absence, right, at an essential level. It means there's an absence of solidity. La vacuidad aquí no significa que hay una ausencia a un nivel esencial. Okay, significa que hay ausencia de solidez. Because not only is there an absence of solidity, but there is a presence of luminosity. And this is also very important. Emptiness and luminosity are inseparable. And these are qualities of the divine. People ask, what is the divine like? What does it feel like? Because the divine is it's not an abstract experience that we just talk about. It's something that we can actually experience directly. The divine can penetrate our stream of being, and it can penetrate our daily lived experience. Okay? And thousands of sages that have come before and their beings that are present now can attest to this. While la divinidad no es una abstracción, es una experiencia directa que nosotros podemos tener. Y dos de sus cualidades, una es la vacuidad, pero es inseparable de la luminosidad. Acordaros de esto. Emptiness and luminosity are inseparable. And when we talk about emptiness, we're emphasizing the fluid nature of reality. But when we talk about luminosity, we're emphasizing the inner glow that's also present, right? The luminous quality, it's like if you have a crystal and the sunlight hits it, and then this rainbow of colors explodes in different directions. That's what physical reality is like, right? That's what physical reality is like. It's like a rainbow that emanates from the crystal of our true nature. All of our feelings, everything that we perceive is like a rainbow that emanates, that is born directly from our essence. Okay? La esencia es como un cristal. Y cuando la luz penetra el cristal, hay arcoíris que se dispersan por todas partes. Y nuestra realidad es así. Nuestros sentimientos son así. La realidad que percibimos es así. Tiene la esencia de un arco iris. Tiene la textura verdadera de un arco iris. Right? And the reason why we suffer is because we take what's essentially light and we solidify it with our concepts. We make it fixed and we make it real in our minds. La razón por la cual sufrimos es porque congelamos algo que es esencialmente fluido con nuestra mente. Right? And so when we talk about freeing our concepts, it's not just so that we can be open-minded individuals, it's so that we can touch our true nature. Cuando hablamos de la liberación de nuestros conceptos, no es para que podamos ser individuos de mente abierta, es para que nos podamos tocar nuestra esencia verdadera. Right? This is not about ethics. It's not about morality, right? Which is conventional. It's about awakening. And when we receive these teachings, a seed is planted, and so it opens up the field of possibilities in our experience. Cuando recibimos esas enseñanzas, eso plantea una semilla que abre el campo de posibilidades en nuestra experiencia. So right now, this might feel a little bit theoretical. Ahora eso a lo mejor parece un poco teórico. But the possibility of experience is always there. La posibilidad de experiencia directa siempre está ahí. And so everything that we do, you guys, at a spiritual level is to help us in the direction of having these experiences. Todo lo que hacemos a nivel espiritual es para ayudarnos en la dirección de tener esas experiencias. True spirituality is never about dogma. It's never about conventional morality. That's why mystics have always been unpredictable, a little bit out of the mold, not belonging to a particular religious institution, because those institutions are themselves obstacles to the path of awakening. Es por eso que un místico siempre es un poco no convencional, no pertenece a una institución religiosa, porque la institución en sí se convierte en un obstáculo al despertar, right? An institution is nothing but an enormous concept, right? Made up of dogmatic ideas, beliefs, and a hierarchy. Una institución no es más que un enorme concepto, ¿no? Hecho construido de jerarquía, dogma y creencias. And this is beneficial for some people, eso es beneficio para algunas personas, but the mystic is not interested. El místico no está interesado. The mystic is interested in the direct experience of her true nature. El místico está interesado en la experiencia directa de su esencia. So remember that everything we do is in the service of awakening. Todo lo que hacemos está en el servicio de despertar. So when we learn in Tonglen to take on the suffering of others, it's not just because we want to help them, although we do want to help them. It's because we are directly recognizing that suffering is a workable situation and we're transforming it from something that's solid to something that's fluid. Okay? That's super important, you guys. Cuando hacemos Tonglen, no es simplemente porque queremos ayudar a los demás, es porque reconocemos directamente que el sufrimiento no es sólido, es fluido y que lo podemos transformar y trabajar. Right? Part of what makes pain so painful is that it feels like this weight on our shoulders, this that we can't shake. It's always with us all the time. Una de las razones por la cual el sufrimiento nos genera tanto dolor es por esa sensación de que hay un peso que nunca podemos liberar. So when we practice Tonglen, we are recognizing directly the fluid nature of reality and the fluid nature of suffering. Cuando practicamos Tonglen, estamos reconociendo directamente que la esencia es fluida, la realidad es fluida y el sufrimiento también.